ADHD and or autistic and you find yourself being really resentful towards other people because you feel like you suppress so much of your needs and your wants and your values within relational dynamics with other people in order to make other people happy, please know that this doesn't just have to do with people pleasing. It also has to do with the fact that you're probably masking. And you're upset at the other people because you have made yourself mask in order to be more tolerable to other people within that relational dynamic, and you're upset that they're not doing the same thing for you. When you do that, you might believe that other people should abide by that belief system, that if I suppress my authentic self in order to keep the peace within this relational dynamic, you have to do that too. Because if you have to make yourself smaller so that the other person can tolerate you, then they should have to do that too, and they shouldn't be showing you anything that you don't like about them. But see, that's just unrealistic, and that's just projecting your own trauma and masking onto other people. Not only that, but it's extremely dehumanizing towards yourself and the other person involved, and you probably think that that's normal because people dehumanized you, and it might have been your parents or your caregivers when you were younger, when you learned how to mask as a protective coping mechanism to not get in trouble or to not irritate your caregivers or parents and or partners or bosses or whoever. Not only is it dehumanizing, but it's using other people as a means to an end, and instead of actually seeing people for who they are as a person and not who you want them to be, which is why so many of us hold resentment towards other people, because since we are being who we think that this other person wants us to be and they're not doing the same, well, then the resentment builds. No one owes anybody the sacrifice of their own safety and authenticity for someone else's comfort. Your partner doesn't owe that to you. Your friends don't owe that to you. Your family doesn't owe that to you. And guess what? You don't owe that to them. This is going to take a lot of patience and compassion when learning how to dismantle this way of behaving and believing and interacting with yourself and other people and the world. You're going to have to break down belief systems like perfectionism, masking, protective coping mechanisms, disempowering beliefs about yourself, the world, and other people, and what it takes to interact with other people, disempowering beliefs around love and acceptance and community, figuring out what is compatible and incompatible for you. But it is possible and it is worth it, and the first step is self-awareness of what's going on. And please try your best not to shame yourself. These coping responses and these ways of believing and behaving and interacting with yourself and other people are a response to what you've experienced throughout your life. And until you are made aware that there is another option and it is possible for you to choose other options, it's going to be really hard to break those patterns, especially if you don't know if you will be safe if you break those patterns. My one last piece of advice would be just take it little by little. Don't try to speed track this type of change within your life because it's going to take a moment. You want to take it slow because that's going to help your body and your mind slowly adapt to that change so you don't start freaking out and feeling unsafe while you're figuring all this out. So anyway, I hope that helps at least one person. My name's Sarah. I'm your favorite self-experimenting coach or companion, and I help get people reacquainted with who they most authentically are. You're an amazing person, and I hope you have the best day.